Hi, it's Marco, and in this video we are going to go into an interview that I made recently with Dmitry from the peer-to-peer lending platform Robocash. So I have this platform in my portfolio, so I really wanted to talk to them to learn more about the platform and share that with you. So we covered topics like what they are doing at the moment in terms of the financial crisis, what is Robocash and why it's different from other platforms, and also we cover the topic of where they think the whole field of peer-to-peer lending is going and what will they do in the future. So without further ado, let's go right into the interview that I made with Dimitri of Robocash. Okay, so yes, thank you so much for coming on my show. And just to start, can you introduce yourself and also introduce your company, Robocash?
Yes, first of all, I would like to say I would like to thank you for invitation me and provide me with such opportunity to tell your audience and you about our platform, which is built in international financial holding, and I will touch the holding in general. It's inevitable to so it's necessary to say about this. Okay, my name is Dmitry. I'm strategic communication director of Robocash Group Company. Robocash Group Company is a fintech international holding which is registered in Singapore, and it has uh, services, lending services around the world in Europe and in Asia as well, which is focusing in Asia predominantly. And at the same time, this holding has investment platform which is called Robocash.
Um, so according to you, why is the field of peer-to-peer lending a better or at least a different investment than other ways to invest money? For example, if you compare it to investing in real estate, for example, or in the stock market, why investing on your platform would be different or better?
First of all, I would like to tell you about several advantages of P2P P2P lending market compared to traditional investment tools. First of all, it has low entry threshold because it's usually enough 10 euros to enter the market. I think that it's a very low threshold compared to traditional real estate, for example. And this market has a higher interest rate compared to deposits, for example. I think that even compared to stock markets, and it's less volatile. It has less volatility compared to stock market and compared to cryptocurrency market, for example. I think that European P2P market is more predictable and is more stable, sustainable. Um, for example, okay, I agree that we have been observing the situation that the market has changed for last 2 years since the pandemic. It's a kind of fluctuation because the market in the 2021 started to recovering, but in the beginning of 2022 it started to going down again. But it has significant less volatility compared to stock market, and higher interest rate. I think that you shouldn't have a lot of knowledge that just to compare banks deposits with um, with interest rates of P2P market. And P2P market is ensured by buyback guarantee. I know that a lot of platforms provide investors with buyback guarantee. Remind me, please, the third questions. Third question, I'm not sure.
Yep, definitely, especially in those times, right? So yes, we will talk more about the question of risk a bit later. Just now, if you could tell me, there are a lot of platforms, as you know, on the market, right? A lot of platforms. So what makes one thing or many things that made Robocash different, according to you?
Yeah. As I said, Robocash platform is a part of international financial holding, and all loan originators which place loans on the platform are affiliated in the holding. It allows us to have a single management who is able to control all loan originator and business figures of all loan originators. And it means that our loans are insured by buyback guarantee absolutely. Regarding risks of the Robocash platform, yes, I would like to add that our business model has shown its efficiency, and we are scaling this business model from established market to new markets. For example, we control all business figures of our lenders, and we have our own developed scoring system, which based on machine learning and artificial intelligence. And I can say that our scoring system processes more than 2,000 parameters of every customer before giving a loan. At the same time, I would like to add that we have our own risk team, which works on optimization of risk policy and taking account of everything, all possible risks. And we have our own collection department, of course, which tries to work very carefully with our customers and try to make they stay with us again despite difficult situations. We know a lot of examples when our care of customers led to customer with problem became our repeat customer, and yes, and our constant customer, because we managed his situation and provide him with opportunity to pay off with us just steadily, not for at once, just steadily. Yes. And we control such figure like a share of overdue loans. This figure is called DPD. We control these figures almost and always. We control these figures always, and we try to adjust it using all our tools. Average figure of DPD among of loan originators of the platform is 13%. DPD 90 plus it means that overdue loans with 90 days, 13%. Yeah, and we think that it's quite effective, and we would like to manage these figures. And we implemented OKR system of management of our key results, business results, and every week we conduct meetings when we control our objectives and key results, including such figures like share of overdue loans and other business processes. The holding has a single management which controls all key business processes and business figures. It allows us to provide investors with additional guarantee, and that's why we are ready and we are sure that all our loans will be paid back.
Okay. Nope. Thanks for the answer. We're ready now to move into some questions that I asked my audience if they had any questions to ask you, and they came up with some questions. The first one, is regarding the question of risk that you already mentioned a bit before. So a lot of other platforms are moving into a more regulation framework, like for example, by taking a brokerage license. Do you have something to say about what are the plans of Robocash in this field? Like, do you plan to get a license or no license? What are the plans?
I can say that Robocash is operated by entity DOO Robocash, which is registered in Croatia, and this entity complies with all legislations and all laws of Croatia. And our platform has over 5 years experience of working in the P2P, European P2P lending market, and it has proved its reliability and attractiveness for investors. As I said above, our platform has specific, because it's not independent platform. It's not. It doesn't work separately. It works within framework of financial holding. It means that the platform serves like company which provides the holding with funding. Yes, and it means that the platform doesn't aspire to earn money, and it means finally that our team has been looking for appropriate regulation and appropriate license for specific of our platform, because we are afraid of making some inconvenience for our investors and harming them in terms of adding. We don't want to add additional fees, for example, for investors. We don't want to overload the process of onboarding our investors and let's say customer flow, because our customer flow is simple and our customers flow is very convenient for our investors. It's not obliged with any additional and excessive actions, something like this. Yes, and we wouldn't like to harm this perfect process for our investors. And as I said above, the entity has been working with compliance of legislation of the country, Croatia, absolutely. Of course, we continue looking for appropriate license because it may be important for investors, but we really want the license to be suitable for us. It's very important, suitable for us, so that we will not damage customer flow for our investors. It's important, I think.
Sense. Okay. Another question that I've been asked quite recently, actually, is about yields on the platform. So, on many platforms, the yields, like maybe let's say 5 years ago, were on some platform at 12%, 13%, and it slowly went down actually over the years. So on your platforms, they seem to be pretty high, right? There is written 14.3% on your site. So what do you see it going? If you have any comments on this, like in the coming years, will it go down, up, or will it stay more or less the same?
Okay, first of all, we understand that we are quite visible player in the market, in the European P2P market. We are not very big player, but at the same time we are prominent and promising player of the market. And as I said above, the platform has proved its reliability and its efficiency and its attractiveness for investors. I think that our platform took its place, and it has rights to be within framework of the market in terms of interest rates. I can tell you honestly that we are not going to be the platform with the highest interest rates in the market. It's not our policy, because holding is striving to be efficient, and cost price of funds influences a lot in terms of this, and we would like to be in the market. We don't want to lower our interest rates out of the market. At the same time, we are not going to increase our interest rates out of the market. Of course, it depends on which platform we compare with. Of course, we try to compare us with prominent players of the market. I don't want to refer to names. I think that it's not appropriate, but at the same time, I would like to say, if we consider the most active platform on the market, we attribute us to this this diapason of players. I would like. I can tell you honestly that we understand our advantages. As I said above, we know our loan originators very well. It means that we can control them perfectly, and our loans are secured twice. And we would like to use this advantage, and I hope that investors understand this.
Mm-hmm. The last question coming from my audience doesn't, I think, directly apply to you, but I will ask it anyway. That do you plan to add more loan originators in the future? So in your case, you actually control them, right? So maybe it's like, do you plan to diversify into more countries, maybe? Yeah, if you could comment on that.
Yes, it's a very interesting question. May I start from from giving more details about our current loan originators, and so that it will be more clear about adding new loan originators. At the moment, the platform has 5 loan originators from Spain, from Kazakhstan, from Sri Lanka, from Singapore, and from Philippines. And I can say that loans from Singapore are commercial loans. It means that it doesn't mean that we have a lender in the Singapore. It means that we have company in Singapore which provides our new projects and development of the group in Asia by attracting investments from the Robocash platform. Yes, the rest of loan originators provides investors with personal loans, customer loans, if be correctly. Yes, and I can say that our policy concerning loan originators is very strict, because we are usually sure that the loan originator is profitable, it's stable, it mastered business model, our business model. It's very comprehensive, beginning from customer care and finishing, ending up our own collection and our own risk management, our own scoring system. And of course, we are sure about activity of our loan originators, and in this case we provide this opportunity to place loans on our platform. Concerning development and adding new loan originators, at the moment I cannot tell you that we are expecting introduction a new loan originator, but the holding is developing very quickly in Asia, in the Philippines, for example. In the Philippines, we are trying to diversify our business and implement new products in the Philippine markets. It's a very perspective market in terms of lending products, and we are aspiring to diversify our business. I don't exclude that in the near future we will introduce a new loan originator. It's possible, but right now I cannot introduce you.
Okay. Yeah, that's for the answer. Let's now talk a bit about the future more. So, where do you see the field of peer-to-peer lending, let's say in Europe, going in the next years? So you can comment on that, I don't know, in terms of returns, but you already did a bit, in terms of security for investors. So yeah, where do you see it going? Maybe probably more platforms, less platforms?
The market is overcoming right now interesting period of time. It's undergoing the crisis, the international financial economic crisis and financial crisis, and I think you know that stock markets got down, and cryptocurrency market got down as well, and just in light of this, P2P market looks more or less stable. I can say about several tendencies which we have been observing for lately. For example, we see that the market is disconcentrating. It means that the competition is growing, and the leaders of the market are decline their amount of their share of the market, and it provides the market the rest players of the markets with additional opportunity in terms of competitiveness. Next, what we observed that the European P2B market was recovered after the pandemic in the end of 2021, and it reached its amount of funds before the pandemic period of time. But the end of 2022 brought a new wave of crisis, and unfortunately the market started declining in terms of amount of funds. Before this crisis, our analytical center forecasted that the market will grow in the 2022 by 140%. But of course this forecast was changed because of the situation, and hopefully we think that the volume of funds will be the same as it was in the 2021. I mean the volume of funds for 2022. And one more interesting feature we noticed that a lot of players in the market offer different products, commercial loans and customer loans. Commercial loans is developing more rapidly. Customer loans is developing gradually. At the same time, in our point of view, we think that combination of commercial loans with customer loans will provide the platforms with additional advantages and additional opportunities to gather more customers.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, now the same question a bit, but yeah, more regarding your platform, Robocash, right? So do you have something that you can talk about that it will be new in the future, probably still in this year? You already talked about different type of loan, but maybe more additional features. So what could you say about that?
Yes, of course, we are striving to develop our platform because we are prominent player of the market. I would like to share with you that we are working on mobile application of our service, and we are planning to launch it. And we are working hard on interface of our service and on our design in terms of usability, and we are trying to make it easier and more convenient for our customers.
So let's say somebody is listening or watching this today, and this person is brand new to the field of peer-to-peer lending. So somebody that never invested before. Uh, what would you say to this person? What would be the advice to that's really started in the field?
Yeah, of course, I would recommend this person start from uh, getting acquainted with the products of market. It may be done uh, using opinions and reviews of bloggers like you are, for example. I know that bloggers try to provide investors with objective information about lenders, about platforms, and they usually investors themselves, and they invested in platforms, and after that they compiled their review about the platform. It's very interesting, and I would recommend the person to search in for information from bloggers. And I know that there are a lot of investors community and social networks like Telegram and Facebook, and I know that there are special investment forums which dedicated to P2P lending, European P2P lending, and the dedicated particular platforms as well. I know that there is a forum which is devoted to our platform as well. And it would be better to list different opinions and reviews of different investors about the platform and get acquainted with different platform. Uh, it, it, I mean that potential investors should do their own due diligence. Of course, try to find the figures, try to find the financial statistics if it's possible. I think that it should be available in the internet. And of course, I wouldn't recommend to try from the highest interest rates, because it may be uh, it may be dangerous and and very risky. Yes, try to understand what's average interest rates in the market. Try to look at history of the platforms, their experience, how long they have been working on the market, and reviews, financial statistics, financial statements. Uh, mm, I think that's all for the beginning. Yes, and maybe not to invest a big amount of money. Try with small piece.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, right. That's great advice. Yeah, so thank you again so much for coming to this interview. What's the best way to get started with Robocash and learn more about and follow your updates and everything?
Oh yeah, I think that I don't like boasting, but I think that Robocash platform provides investors with a lot of information, and it tries to be uh, open for investors, transparent. We are present on social media, Telegram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and we try to contribute and participate on forums, investors forums, and investors communities. We try to respond on any questions they have to ask. Um of course, it's website, our website. Our website provides investors with information about financial statistics of the platform, list of the team, and news about our platform. Mhm. And of course, we are open for bloggers, and I can say that we are very honest for bloggers, and we are happy to collaborate with any, and we are usually ready to respond to any questions. Of course, we understand concerns our investors and your audience, and that's why I'm here right now, and I am ready to respond to any questions of customers. Bloggers, I can say honestly that we have not ever paid for participations in bloggers, and because it's our policy, we try to be interesting without money, something like this, and at the same time we don't want to make a kind of movie. We would like to be real, and we are ready to answer to honest questions which are really concern our investors.
Okay, great, great, great. Thank you so much for that, and yeah, thank you again. I'm sure the people who will watch this or listen to this on the podcast will really love it. And yeah, thanks again. Alright, so this is already the end of this interview. I really hope that you enjoyed it. So to learn more about the platform or about peer-to-peer lending in general, I just put some links below the video. It will allow you to go directly to the website of Robocash, and also you will find a link to my website where you will find my detailed review about Robocash that I update regularly with my latest results and also the latest news about the platform. That being said, if you have any questions about the content of this interview, about Robocash, about peer-to-peer lending in general, don't hesitate to leave them below the video. And that being said, thank you again for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.